live from the virtual Sebring International Raceway. Welcome, sim racing fans, to the Apex Racing Academy F3 Official Championship, live on Apex Racing TV. I'm your host, Joshua Lee. Joining me in the commentary box is Marco Barbadera. He is also controlling all of the beautiful overlays and track pictures that you are seeing on your screen. And Marco, we enter week 2 of this championship, the first ever official iRacing championship sponsored by Apex Racing Academy. We're broadcasting it week in and week out here on Apex Racing TV. We have our own points championship, which is interesting. The iRacing has their own points championship, and we have our own here on the broadcast.
Yes, my microphone was muted. There we go. Very interesting stuff, Joshua. Yes, I mean, it's going to be great. I think that this gives an even bigger incentive to the drivers to participate, and of course, it's great racing. We saw that in Laguna Seca last week. So this is a track that certainly poses a unique challenge to these drivers, being not really friendly to cars in general, but especially, of course, these little open wheelers. They are going to suffer quite a bit on those bumps here at Sebring.
And those bumps was what makes Sebring so unique. Last week at Laguna Seca, it was a lot different. We had more elevation change there. Here it's a lot bumpier because being built on an old airport, it causes these cars to really get upset. Not a lot of suspension in these open wheel cars.
No, and the drivers, of course, will have to contend with some of the most beautiful corners in the world. Sunset Bend, of course, it's the one that sticks first when you see the drivers go around. But I mean, every corner in this racetrack really screams old school motorsport. Even to this date, when tracks are moving further and further away from tradition, this is really, I think, the old school track in world motorsport. It has changed very, very little over the years, and as you were saying, this Florida sand plus this old battered surface, it's absolutely the best you can have. And I'm not saying this because I won the 10th split of the 2019 iRacing Sebring 12 hours. I'm absolutely not biased towards this place.
Taking a look at qualifying, Lorenzo Ferrari up front right now with a 152.603, but very close behind, it's Alex Dunn. We saw him very fast last week, and Vitolo Garcia now going to hop up to the top of the board with a 152.492, over a 10th faster than Ferrari, Dunn, Modov, and Bortolotta up at the top of the leaderboard. It's just a couple minutes remain here in qualifying. We saw a lot of very close times last week at Laguna Seca, and it looks like we're seeing that again here as 1 second separates that top 15.
Alex Dunn is having another good lap, but let's look at Gianfranco Pagotto. He's coming into Sunset Bend. As a reminder, two fast laps available for these drivers, and that's it. And of course, if you make an off-track or, God forbid, you hit the wall, of course, that's your qualifying done. Here comes Pagotto, improves himself to provisional pole, but here also comes Robert Ayan and Alex Dunn. Together, they both move into the top 2 positions, with Luca Albon moving into 3rd. So Pagotto is 4th, and Ramon Pineiro. And now David Holland jumps up to 2nd. So it's all happening, but also Ferrari. Ferrari's having a fantastic lap, Joshua. Let's see if he can improve. Where is he? In pole! Fantastic stuff. Wow, great qualifying.
2:10s, Ferrari's going to hop up into pole, and we saw so many improved laps coming across the line pretty much at the same time. We'll see if anybody else can improve. That's Max Bortolotta coming across the line. How far is he going to jump, if at all? And it doesn't look like he is going to jump up at all. That is going to be the end of his qualifying. Luca Albon jumping up into 5th. What a great lap from him. 3/10 off of Lorenzo Ferrari up at the front. Vitolo Garcia testing those track limits out a little bit, getting a little bit wide. He's going to gain 1 spot up into 10th.
Vitolo Garcia, yes, 52.4. Who else we have? Thiago Spencer is also on the track right now. Here he comes into Sunset Bend. He doesn't have a time yet, So at least he's trying not to start at the back, but he's the only driver without a time. So let's see if he can at least move away from the 25th spot. Oh, that's a very good lap time. 10th place for him, and that will be that for qualifying. So we can have a chance very quickly to show you the our costume championship standings using the MotoGP scoring system. They should be on your screen right now. And Alex Dunn, of course, winner, dominating last week, Joshua. He was absolutely fantastic. 25 points over David Holland with 20 points. 16 for Gianfranco Pagotto and Conor Wagner. Stratos Kyriakidis, Nick Rasmussen, who is not racing, but we say hello to him, is watching us. Mathieu Gauthier Thornton is in 7th, in front of Timo Winter, Stephen Varadi and Binesh Lad, your top 10. You can see the top 15 drivers score points, just as in MotoGP competition. So certainly interesting. And also very quickly, the weather, which you can see right here, 76 Fahrenheit on the air, 102 on the track. Not ideal for these drivers. Very, very cold, very hot track. So we'll see how things will shape up during the race. And I think, Joshua, we have the starting grid.
Well, Lorenzo Ferrari was not in the race last week at Laguna Seca, but coming into Sebring, he is going to start on the pole with Alex Dunn, your current points leader, in second. David Holland, second place in the points. He starts in third with Robert Hahn in fourth. Luca Albon rounds out your top five. Gianfranco Pagotto in sixth. Carl Modoff and Ramon Pinero going to be in seventh and eighth. Alex Alcaraz in 9th with Thiago Spencer rounding out your top 10. Vitolo Garcia in 11th. Alex Johnson in 12th. Moving down the rest of the grid in 13th. Adrian Falcon 14th. Felipe Dantas in 15th. Kenzie Neuhoff 16th. Bent Viscal 17th. Max Bortolotta 18th. Rod Clinard 19th. Mark Alcaraz and Bernie Perez rounds out your top 20 with Francesco Fioroni, Vince Peters, Daniel Muth, Nick Ludek rounding out your top 24. And in the final spot, it's Tanner McAuliffe in 25th. 25 cars ready to take the track here at Sebring. The top 15 will receive points for the Apex Racing TV Championship of the Apex Racing Academy F3 Championship. And you can race this series every hour on the 15, or every 2 hours on the 15, excuse me, on iRacing. It is an official series that anybody with a Class C road license can go out and race. You can experience these F3 cars for yourself. As the lights come up, it's time to go racing. We're underway from Sebring. Good start for the leader, Lorenzo Ferrari. Alex Dunn gonna fall into second. David Holland gonna fall into P3, but he has a car right on his back wing as they race through turn number 1 on the inside. That is David Holland trying to take that spot. Robert Hahn and Gianfranco Pagotto sparring. One car around in the back. That looks to be Alex Johnson.
It was him, Joshua, absolutely, as we go side by side with Holland and Hahn. And Albon is trying to get the best of the both of them as Pinheiro jumps past Modoff. And they try to sort themselves out before the first hard braking zone of the racetrack.
Heading into this hard braking zone on bumps too. This is a very difficult corner to get right. Ferrari still leads. Hahn now sparring with Holland, trying to get by him. He went around the outside, not able to complete the pass. He's going to fall back into line. That's Robert Hahn getting that spot for David Holland. Now here comes Holland to respond. Is he going to be able to get by him? Now a battle for the lead brewing. Lorenzo Ferrari trying to protect that spot from Alex Dunn. Dunn tried to go around the outside. Did not happen.
Exciting first lap as they are still battling also over third place. The Hahn over Holland, Albon and Pagotto with Pinheiro, Modoff. Oh, around goes Pinheiro, unfortunately.
Around, he's going to go into the grass. Ooh. Unfortunate for him. He is having a great race to start out. But unfortunately, he goes around in the grass. Now on board Ferrari. To the inside goes Alex Dunn.
And around he goes and they collide.
They make contact. Hard contact coming through the corner. The two front runners take it.
Massive
and
wreck.
More go spinning.
Alcaraz is involved. I think Bartolotta, we have another issue here, 3 wide for the lead. Oh, jeez.
An unbelievable turn of events as the two front runners go out. Now we have new front runners. Hahn leads ahead of Holland, ahead of Albon, ahead of Pagotto, ahead of Alcaraz. That's your top 5. What a first lap. We are just done with only one of them. We still have 14 to go.
I promise I will try to cut to a replay, but this is not the time, I'm afraid, to go to the replay, Joshua.
Still a huge battle going up here at the front. One car going down the inside. That looked to be Thiago Spencer on Adrian Falcon. More side-by-side action between Modoff and Alex Alcaraz. We know Alex Alcaraz from the IGP Fun Series here on Apex Racing TV. He is no stranger to these F3 cars. And he tried to go down the inside, a block from Karl Modoff. He tried to go around the outside, not gonna make it happen. He'll fall back into line. More hard braking back here. One car around, two cars around.
Three cars around. Garcia, Kleinert and Dantas, all three of them went off. Oh, and we have Alex Alcaraz going on the inside of Karl Modoff. They touch slightly, and Karl Modoff is in the grass and down to P9. I mean, around was Fioroni. I mean, I was back in the commentary in the broadcast booth for Laguna Seca, so I had maybe another view of the race, but it seemed to be much more calmer than this one. These guys tonight are in a very festive mood, I should say.
That was probably the most hectic lap and a half I've ever seen, especially in these F3 cars. These guys are really going for every single opening they saw on that track. We saw a lot of carnage, but now these guys are going to try and get stuck in as Albon moves up into second from Holland. Robert Hahn still leads, and they're still side-by-side for second. Not anymore. Is Holland going to fall into P3, but he's in that slipstream. Is he going to go for a pass? Hahn sets the best lap of the race so far. Down into turn number 1. Holland going to stay behind Luca Albon. He's in that bubble of dirty air, though. Needs to make sure he doesn't go wide. Now fighting for the 8th spot. That's Modoff going past Neuhoff.
Yeah, Modoff trying to come back. There is quite a significant number of cars in the pits right now. We can see it from the pit lane graphics as well. There are 5 cars in the pits right now. No fast repairs here. So, we have contact between Garcia and Pinheiro. My. Let's see if we can quickly get a glimpse of what transpired at the end of the first lap, because that was absolutely incredible.
The two front runners in the top 2 that we really thought would be battling the entire race, Ferrari and Dunn, go around. There's the 8 of Alex Dunn around in the grass. There's the rest of that carnage that really happened there. And here we go. Here's the dive up to the inside. Alex Dunn looking for the lead, going through this S section. He saw an opening, went down to the inside, got on the power too early, got that rear end loose, and nothing Lorenzo Ferrari could have done. He was just on the outside, had no idea that Alex Dunn was starting to slide.
And that is one of the toughest corners, because you come out of there, as we see here, by the way, Holland getting his position back on Albon. You come out of the Le Mans section, then you push down the gas pedal, and it's very tough to avoid any cars that are spinning. That wall, you cannot really anticipate where the cars are in front of you if there is a spin or a crash. We've seen that in real life as well many times during the Sebring 12-hour race. Alex Dunn is continuing the race despite the damage, but he's down in P15, as you can see right now, battling with Ferrari. Warso's got front wing damage. He hasn't stopped as well. Whilst another of the drivers involved, Bartolotta, is down to P19. He elected to get to the pits and get some repairs.
And Dunn running down in 19th after repairs. Oh my, Dunn and Ferrari
still
going
and they go late. Oh, incredible.
Again, and around they go again. Huge damage for both cars.
Oh dear. And this is going to be, unfortunately, game over for the both of them. So round 2, between the pair of them, went even worse than round 1. Another time that, once again, the cars went into the air, but this time with much bigger damage, and they will have plenty of time to reflect on what has been certainly a disappointing race, because they both had the speed to bring home the victory, the podium at the very least, but unfortunately not meant to be today for them. And
I hope we haven't missed the cutoff for the best of 2020 reel on Apex Racing TV, because I think we might have a couple candidates.
In the chat someone says commentators are clueless, not a chance that the commentator is talking about me. There is no way he has won the Sebring 12 hours race. Of course, it's our very own Sam Fitzpatrick who has created all these beautiful camera shots that you can see. That he made the camera pack for basically every track available in a racing and every car, of course. And so as you can see, even these cameras are all customized and done by good old Sam, who's in the chat right now, enjoying, I am hoping, a beautiful Boxing Day in Norfolk.
Taking a look at this battle for 6, Adrian Falcon looking to chase down Alex Alcaraz for a top 5 spot. That top 5 is crucial, not only just for bragging rights and for iRating, but it's also for the championship that we have here on Apex Racing TV for this top split series. Every position means you're going to gain more points in that top 15. Right now, Tanner McAuliffe has that final points spot. We'll see if Bortolotta can get by him and grab some points at the end of this race. But Falcon getting dangerously close to Alex Alcaraz as they go battling through the second sector of Sebring.
Of course, this is not to be confused with the Apex Racing Academy F3 Championship, the league that we broadcasted up until last season. This is the official iRacing series, so as Joshua was saying earlier, you can, provided you have an I and off rating, you will be able to take part in these races. As a reminder, every Saturday at this time, of course, 19:15 GMT, and of course, as this is an official series, and of course, it would be foolish for Apex Racing Academy not to provide a data pack for the series, and of course they do. On apexracingac.com you can find out all the information about the Apex Racing Academy, and of course you will be coached by the best of the best. In this case, I think Peter Berryman is doing the data pack for this series. Joshua, correct me if I'm wrong. And you can easily integrate it with the VRS telemetry logger, so you can compare your lap, and of course coaching sessions are available, and much more, not only for the F3 but for a plethora of other cars. So once again, www.apexracingac.com for all your setups and training needs.
And you are correct, Peter Berryman is the coach for Apex Racing Academy in these F3 cars, and honestly no better person to really teach you about open wheel racing than Peter Berryman. He is experienced in sim racing world championship competition, so you are getting the best of the best when you sign up for Apex Racing Academy. I also want to thank a couple more of our sponsors. Virtual Racing School is integrated with Apex Racing Academy. They also offer 50+ data packs for road and oval racing, setups, track guides, data analysis software, and one-on-one coaching, as well as SDK Gaming, which all the overlays you see here on Apex Racing TV are from SDK Gaming. You can get your own overlays for your own races or leagues to broadcast, or stream with the most complete overlay for your Twitch or YouTube stream while you are on the track racing. So SDK Gaming, Virtual Racing School, and Apex Racing Academy help keep Apex Racing TV running and broadcasting for all of you to watch week in and week out. So make sure that you support each and every one of those sponsors as we head back to the battle. David Holland right on the back wing of Robert Hahn, battling for the lead. He made a look to the inside, not close enough, but Hahn testing those track limits as they come off the Sunset Bend.
And that wall there, speaking of my legendary 10th split 12-hour of Sebring victory, as Falcon goes past Alcaraz, as Thiago Spencer also gets passed by Molotov. That wall there is, I think there is a magnet in there. Every time you go there, you try to push your luck a bit more, because that's the racing line, of course. And been a couple of times where I said, okay, I'm going to hit the wall, and then I don't know how the car went past. As Holland once again trying to make himself, I think this this fight between these two teams, of course, Squadra Corsa and Delta Sport U4K is going to be a team of the entire season, Joshua.
There goes David Holland trying to look on the outside, did not have it. Look at Luca Albon. He's in this fight too. We have a 3-car battle for the lead right now. We saw so much hectic action throughout the first 2 laps to kind of calm down. Now we're on lap 7, just about halfway through this race. And now the action's starting to pick back up once again as this top 3 is so close together. And this is going to continue to brew over the race, and we'll see how this battle develops as Holland got close, and he has been faster on every lap in the past couple of laps. Last time by a 151.86 for Holland, a 152.21 for Robert Hahn, and Holland currently has the fastest lap of the race with that 151.86. He's right in that slipstream. You can see Robert Hahn trying to swerve, break that draft line for David Holland. The IndyCar drivers do that at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. It is very useful on the straightaways here too. Also getting close to the wall once again is Hahn, but Holland in that slipstream trying to catch up. Will he make a move going down to 1? The gap down to 1.5 tenths of a second. No move being made from David Holland as now here comes Pagotto trying to battle Albon, and Falcon battling Modov still.
Yeah, it looks like one of those tandem drafting restrictor plate era races. You remember, no? Where you had the duos. We have first and second, third and fourth, and fifth and sixth running together. Sixth and seventh also are running together a bit. But yeah, these top 6 guys are all together 2 by 2, and they are trying to get not only at, I mean, of course, easier said than done. It should be they should work together, but of course, again, easier said than done.
Holland gets so close through these middle sectors, trying to catch over Robert Hahn. Marco, it's one thing to catch the car in front. It's a completely different thing to pass the car in front, especially at such a narrow track like Sebring.
Yeah, and as you can see, Holland clearly a bit quicker than the Hahn, but he's not finding the space. And of course, all this causes basically a traffic jam. And as you can see, not only Albon but also Pagotto has got back to this duo at the front. So this is getting once again very, very interesting. I mean, it was never dull, but I think the top 4 are now all together, and this is going to be very interesting. Let's see if Pagotto goes for the move or if he prefers to wait and basically just push, so to speak, Albon into Holland.
They had a 4-car pretty much draft snake line going down that straightaway. They're going to do it again going down the front straightaway. All of them running very close together. Within 2 seconds is this entire front 4 pack, with Alcaraz and Falcon not too terribly far behind, as now they're going to split off a little bit more even gaps in between everybody, but they're all trying to chase down Robert Hahn up in the front. Now battling, that's Perez and Fioroni down into turn number 1. Fioroni looking to get past Bernie Perez for the 12th position. No passes being made just yet, but he is close to that back wing of the 15.
Yeah, and this, of course, Fioroni trying to make a... I mean, he started way back, so now up to P8, but I think, yeah, he was involved in one of those collisions earlier in the race, as Alcaraz and Falcon are still going at it, as they are heading into the tower section of the racetrack, and they are also, of course, looking to get closer and closer to make this a 6-car fight for the victory, where we are already into lap 9, so past the halfway mark of the race, and getting into the final 6 laps next time we cross the start-finish line.
And that first 2 laps was so hectic, and I realized that I just kind of got into the rhythm of broadcasting, and I look up at the timing tower. We're like halfway through the race. I was kind of caught off guard. We're already almost going to crown a winner of this race here soon after that hectic first couple of laps. I mean, it was kind of went by so quickly, as now we're nearing the end of this race, as Holland now is falling way behind Robert Hahn. Now he's got a mirror full of Albon behind.
And these are not short laps. These are 1 minute 52 seconds laps. These are long laps, but they are flying away so quickly. And you are absolutely right. Holland is losing contact with the car in front, and I think this will put even more urgency into Albon, Pagotto. If they want to go and grab Robert Hahn, they need to make the move now. If like it seems right now, Holland doesn't have what it takes to keep up the pace with the race leader.
I don't believe David Holland has damage. He might have burned up a little bit of those tires. These tires are pretty hard. They don't burn up that quickly, but you can burn them up if you abuse them a little bit too hard, and that could have possibly been what Holland was doing, trying to find a way around Robert Hahn, but there they go. Here comes Luca Albon looking for second. He's going to take second fairly easily. Now he's going to have a shot at Robert Hahn. 6 laps to go. There'll be 5 to go coming to the start-finish line this time by as Holland falls into third. Now Gianfranco Pagotto going to chase him down to take over third.
Fight for 9th place between Ludek and Newhoff. They are very close to each other, as you can see. Going very,
off
very
track
wide.
goes the 23.
Yeah, that was a bit scary. I mean, these cars don't like going. I mean, no iRacing car nowadays likes to go into the grass or into the dirt, apart from dirt cars, of course.
There's that huge line of lead cars. Albon in second, Robert Hahn leads the way. Here comes Pagotto trying to make a pass on David Holland. Holland has fallen off a little bit in the last couple of laps. We'll see if he can improve on anything or if he's going to keep on losing time as Pagotto in that slipstream. Will he find a way past? Not just yet. Pagotto going to stay in P4 as Holland keeps over the third spot. His fastest lap, a 151.86. His last time by a 152.84. He definitely has burned something up in that car, and he is not up to speed as he once was.
No, absolutely. You are absolutely correct. Certainly, I mean, pushing hard, of course, trying to stay close to the hand there at the front. So probably is in a bit of trouble. And of course, don't forget, 102 degrees on the racetrack, Fahrenheit. So certainly not the coolest track temperature out there. What is the time of day, by the way? Let's see, because it seems like it's late afternoon. It's it's the 26th of December in Sim, so it's today, and I mean 4 p.m. almost on the 26th of December in the northern hemisphere. It can be considered late afternoon basically.
And I will tell you, I am broadcasting from Florida right now, and it is not 74 degrees. Man, I wish it was. It is like 56 here today. Man, 74 would be awesome if it was real life, but Sim definitely different than real life as far as the weather goes. The racing, not so much. Is exciting racing in real life at Sebring and here in the Sim as Pagotto has also fallen off a little bit from David Holland. I'm wondering if that's because of the dirty air, if that's because both of them are experiencing that same tire fall off that we were just talking about. There's the comparison between Hahn and Albon. They're going back and forth through the last couple of laps.
Oof, I mean, every time I see them, it's so scary, but they know what they're doing much more than me. These are the highest rated drivers in the service that race this car. Of course, this being the top seat, and Hahn, when he needs the most, fastest lap of the race, Modov beats him straight away, 51.739 there, down in P7, and I think that Modov has joined the party as well. Almost.
The front runners all looking to gain some final positions before the checkered flag comes out. 4 laps to go now here at Sebring for the Apex Racing Academy F3 Championship, broadcasted live here on Apex Racing TV. We're glad you're all joining us here on this beautiful day after Christmas. Hopefully you all had an amazing Christmas day. Got some new iRacing and sim racing gear, maybe some new cars and tracks for iRacing as well, or an iRacing gift card to get yourself a couple months of iRacing. But taking a look back at this battle, that's Perez and Fioroni. Fioroni got his way past Perez, but Bernie Perez in the 15 not going far behind. He is still within striking distance to gain back P12.
You know, I gifted myself a third monitor, mostly for broadcasting purposes. to then realize that it doesn't have a DVI plug, so yeah, I need to send it back. Ooh, mistake from Fioroni. So I have this beautiful third monitor sitting on my desk, but of course I cannot use it. So yeah, that was a great great facepalm for me on Christmas Eve.
I don't think that third monitor is going to be just used for broadcasting, though, is it, Marco?
Not for racing, certainly. I can barely race with one. I cannot imagine racing with three. Too much stuff.
I just got an Oculus Rift S yesterday as well, and man, I haven't raced VR on the sim in 2 years because I used the old Oculus Rift, and it got some weird with the sensors or whatever to set them up, and the Oculus Rift S doesn't require sensors, so I got the new one, and man, it is wildly different than a monitor. It is almost terrifying in a rally car.
Perez and Fioroni.
Perez making a pass again.
Yeah.
He's going to move back up into 12th place as we now have 3 laps to go here at Sebring. Oh, here comes Fioroni. He is not done yet. Down the inside. He's going to take that spot once again as these two continue to battle through the middle sector. Where's Perez going to try and rebound? He only had that spot for just about a couple seconds there. Is he going to make the pass again, going down into the hairpin? No, we'll stay in line.
Let's go quickly back at the front because seems like the Han has gotten the gap he needs to be somewhat safe, and more importantly for him, Holland has once again got to the back of Albon. They are going side by side into the Le Mans section. Very risky, and this is of course music to the ears of Robert de Haan.
Han looking back at this battle, saying thank you very much, and he is pulling away further as he'll come across the line with 2 laps to go. Luca Albon, David Holland continuing to fight for P2, but Gianfranco Pagotto has also fallen off the pace, and so has Alex Alcaraz. This top 5 pretty solidified if Holland can't say anything to Luca Albon, but Albon continues to pull away in the 22.
Seems to be like a good run for Holland. The problem for him is that there is not a big braking area getting into turn 1, so it's tough to make the move here. Of course, ideal place to make the move is of course at the hairpin, but by the time they go there, sometimes the car that's following loses a bit of the momentum and the speed that they have. So let's jump on board with David and see if he tries something.
Holland has gained a little bit of time back. I was just looking at his last lap time. It was a 152 flat. We were talking a couple laps ago about how he was running a 152.8, so he has been gaining a little bit of time back, using that slipstream, using the tools that he has inside that car and on the racetrack to basically combat that tire wear that he has had over the course of the run to try and rebound. And here he goes, trying to battle Luca Albon. He is so close on that back wing, just nowhere to go as this track is so narrow. Really only one racing line here too.
He's so close. This must be so frustrating for him. But he knows that he should have maybe pushed a bit more earlier. But certainly P2 is better than P3, so Holland will try his everything. And another big chance is coming here at Sunset Bend. Another place where it's not really a big braking area, but you can make so many creative lines through there. Some of them are riskier than others with all the bumps, but certainly one of the best passing spots of the entire lap as we are ready to go to Sunset Bend for the penultimate time tonight.
Here comes Holland. Is he going to make a move going through the Sunset Bend? High speed. Can he go around the outside? No, he can't. Is he going to look inside? Not going to have anywhere to go. Albon going to keep over second places. Robert Haan going to take the white flag. Here comes David Holland looking to the high side now. He's going to go to the outside. Is he going to take the spot? No, he's not. Luca Albon goes wide. Here comes David Holland with the crossover.
Oh, this is fantastic. They're going to be side by side into the S's. Oh, here comes Pagotto from out of nowhere trying to get to the podium. Oh, and Albon goes wide and slips and slides and loses a massive amount of speed, Joshua.
Here comes Pagotto. He wants that final step on the podium. Holland gonna take over second place. Albon tries to block the spot from Pagotto. Pagotto look to the inside, nowhere to go. Gianfranco Bagotto stays in fourth, behind Albon, behind Holland, but Robert Hahn continuing to pull away. This is the battle for second place and the final 2 steps of the podium. Here comes Luca Albon back to the inside. Talon can't block him, and here comes Bagotto. He gets the pass on Holland. What a pass from Bagotto on David Holland. And here comes, now Alex Alcaraz joins this fight. He's looking for P4. An insane battle on the white flag, and it's all going to come down to these final couple of corners to settle the remaining spots. Robert Hahn 3 seconds up the road. Any mistake from him, he could probably get away with it. He's looking to take the win. These 4 cars go snaking down the straightaway, down into Sunset Bend. Will any passes be made? They're so close together through the final corner for the final time. Robert Hahn is gonna come home your winner in the Apex Racing Academy F3 Championship from Sebring, and a battle at the line, some contact. Second, Albon. Third, Gianfranco Bagotto. What a win for Hahn, and what a podium for Albon and Bagotto at the last second.
Amazing stuff. As we see the final few drivers come home, what a fantastic, we had a fantastic start to the race, a fantastic end to the race, and a very, very interesting middle of the race, middle portion as well. This was absolutely fantastic, Joshua. Incredible stuff.
Final battle here between the 17 and the 18 as well. That's Max Bortolano going to the inside of Tanner McAuliffe through Sunset Bend, and it looks like Bortolano is going to take that final point spot. He takes 15th.
Waiting for Dantas to come home. And also we are waiting on Marc Alcaraz. So if you enjoyed this, don't forget that tomorrow at 21:25 GMT we are going to have the IGP Fan series, also from Sebring. Another beautiful series that follows the same calendar as the official series. That's a private league, and you will see most of these drivers try their once again to go around Sebring as well, Joshua, and that series, of course, not being limited by iRacing's spirit limit, usually has got 50-60 entries every time. So if you enjoyed tonight, don't forget to jump in tomorrow. I think Joshua, no, you won't be there tomorrow night, I think. But you were, of course, the voice of the series for many seasons in the past, so... Actually,
I will not be there tomorrow. I believe it'll be Austin and Evan with you.
No, it's Austin
Marco,
and me. I've been
it's Austin and you.
Promoted to full-time commentary for the championship, which of course I think I need to get like double the pay, because with 60 cars on track, my left index finger, my right index finger on the mouse is absolutely destroyed. Yeah. And plus commentary, and plus I have to deal with Austin for an entire hour, so... Race results, there we go.
Robert Hahn, what a win here at Sebring. He'll take the win with Luca Albon in second, Gianfranco Bagotto in third, David Holland fourth. Alex Alcaraz rounds out your top 5 with Adrian Falcon, Carl Modoff, Thiago Spencer, Nick Ludek, and Kenzie Neuhoff rounding out your top 10, with Daniel Muth, Francesco Fioroni, Bernie Perez, Rod Clinard. Max Bortolano will take the final point spot in 15th, with Tanner McAuliffe, Felipe Dantas, Vitolo Garcia, Mark Alcaraz, and Alex Dunn rounding out your top 20, with Lorenzo Ferrari, Ramon Pinheiro, Vince Peters, Alex Johnson, and Bent Viscal rounding out your top 25. And Marco, if this is any indication for what we're going to keep seeing in this series from week to week, I mean, we're going to have an exciting races. Next week, we head to the Nürburgring Grand Prix, one of the most exciting road courses on the calendar this season.
Oh man, that's another great track, and we make, of course, our way to Europe, to more, let's say, I wouldn't say modern like racetrack with all the pros and the cons of that. And that's going to be absolutely interesting because, of course, it's a massive change from this place. It's going to be, of course, less bumpier, a bit wider. Always very exciting with these little Formula cars, and of course, that first corner we have seen today. Of course, as we know, these open wheel cars don't really like contact in general. So if you get damage, your race is almost 100% compromised at that point. So I think that it's going to be a fantastic race. They will need to behave a lot getting into turn one. By the way, let me also tell the viewers and the drivers, of course. I have just posted a link to the Discord in the in-race chat on the stream. I see there's 88 of you watching, so I assume hopefully some of you are drivers, and you can jump with us because we still have a few more minutes left before the broadcast is over. So hopefully you can jump in and share a little bit of a chat with us. Otherwise we start feeling absolutely lonely. So hopefully someone answers to our call, Joshua, because it's always sad when no drivers show, especially after a race like this. There are so many questions I want to have with the drivers, no?
Yeah, same here. We'll see if we get any interviews post-race here on Apex Racing TV. Just looking down the rest of the schedule for this series. The official iRacing Apex Racing Academy F3 Championship next week. Nürburgring Grand Prix week 4. Donington Park Grand Prix round 5. Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya round 6. Circuit Zolder round 7. Detroit Grand Prix at Belle Isle round 8. Road America round 9. Okayama round 10. Autodromo Jose Carlos Pache Interlagos, and round 11 will be Road Atlanta, and we finish out the season on round 12 at Monza in the land of the Italian producer of Marco Barbanera. And also talking about the points that I want to talk about really quickly before we get any interviews or sign off here on the broadcast. Alex Dunn came in the points leader, 25 points to his name, no points walking out of Sebring. How's that going to really affect him going throughout the championship? Because we expect him now to be here week in and week out on this series, but he's now down a lot further than he was up at the top, especially with Pagodo grabbing a good amount of points. Same thing with Holland, same thing with Alcaraz.
Yeah, dropping points never a good thing, and of course, as I was saying earlier, with these cars that take damage so easily, I think the driver that ends up bringing home the title is going to be the driver that not only is fast but also uses his head, because sometimes it's more important. The fight that you don't take is more important than the fight you take on. So if you say, okay, maybe this is risky. I know it might not sound exciting for the viewer, but sometimes the drivers, when they get especially late in the season into the championship mentality and they start not taking risks, but the problem is that you should have that mentality all year long, because the points you score in the end are the same points that you score in the beginning. They all count the same. By the way, if you enjoy your open wheel racing here on Apex Racing TV, don't forget, speaking of great North American tracks, I'm a lover of North American racetracks. Don't forget, in 2 hours time at 22 GMT, we are going to be moving a few miles up north, Joshua, for the second round on the official Formula 3.5 Championship here on iRacing from Watkins Glen. That's going to be, of course, fantastic racing as per usual, with a bit more powerful cars. Watkins Glen, of course, another great racetrack. So I mean, if you love your open wheelers, this is the place to be, I think, for this season, season 1 of 2021. I'm afraid that no one will come to join us, Joshua, so I think it's time that we sign off. Let me say once again, big thanks to our sponsors for tonight's broadcast. Of course, they are Apex Racing Academy. They of course provide setups for a plethora of official series, including this one. And of course there is coaching from great coaches, including, of course, Jamie Fluke for this particular series, and they are integrated with the VRS system, and of course VRS also sponsors our series, and you can find even more setups, coaching, and other training, literally fantastic training tools to improve your racing. 50 plus data packs for both road and oval racing, track guides, data analysis, one-on-one coaching, and of course the setups. And of course SDK Gaming, which gave us these beautiful on-screen graphics that you can use either for your broadcasting needs, or for your streaming needs, or for your racing needs as well, because you can superimpose every kind of graphic you want on your screen, and you can check in real time how much rating you are gaining, you are losing, the drivers around you, which license do they have, everything, their pit strategy, etc, etc, etc. So a lot of fantastic stuff from SDK gaming.co.uk. for more information. I think, Joshua, that is all for us today from Sebring.
And that will be it here on Apex Racing TV. We thank you all for tuning in to this broadcast. Tune in next week in exactly a week time, 2:15 p.m. Eastern Time, for the next round of the Apex Racing Academy F3 Championship official broadcast here on Apex Racing TV, when we head to the Nürburgring Grand Prix. For Marco Barbonera, I am Joshua Lee. Thank you for watching, and we are saying goodbye from the virtual Sebring.